Welcome back, guys. Again, I apologize about getting you the updates a little late this month. Had a lot going on the last several weeks, and my monthly updates got put off a little bit. This is now the 7-month update of our 38-way ceramic coatings and sealants longevity test. We'll do our usual foaming it down with Chemical Guys Honeydew Snow Foam, rinse it, foam it again, wash it, and then of course inspect the hydrophobic properties before drying everything off. If you do see something you like and plan on purchasing it, please consider using the links provided in the video description, as it does help the channel out. And then 100% of the money goes right back into the channel for testing more products. If you'd like to further support the channel, ways to do so are on your screen here. This channel is 100% unsponsored, so there is no outside influence or any sponsors to please for glowing reviews. I can't be bought, and believe me, they've tried. As always, the last 30 days weather, as well as the lifetime weather that this hood has seen, is on your screen right now. This hood sits outside our shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, exposed to the East Texas elements. It's rotated 90 or 180 degrees after every time we do an update on it, and will continue to do so until around the 2-year mark, depending on how the rest of the products are holding up. So with that out of the way, let's jump into it and see how things are holding up. Okay, just a reminder that ETHOS graphene coating that labeled, it is actually CQuartz UK 3.0 topped with SIC. I still haven't changed the label, probably won't at this point. But Drive Auto has failed. ETHOS, or CQuartz UK 3.0 and SIC, it's going okay. Owner's Pride, showing a little weakness there. And Tech 580, which is a similar product, I've been told not the same, but similar, doing actually a little better. So the $17 product doing better than the $300 product. Definitely a little bit of a difference there. On to Just Car Power Lock. That only lasted about a month. Extreme Solutions Polyseal. About a month too. And IGL Kenzo Graphene. Not looking the strongest. Glossit, their product, looking much better when you compare the two side by side. Still hydrophobic, but after 7 months, that's pretty surprising to see. So I don't know if that extreme weather that we got in February did these in or what, but look at this. A lot of changes. Pearl Nano, both of those have been gone. Yeah, that's pretty surprising. KB Diamond Plus, that is a spray, ceramic spray, doing all right. Hydrosilex has failed, as has TLC Black Ice. Turtle Wax Flex Wax versus the Liquid Wax, aka Max Wax. Flex Wax still looks like it's hanging in there, but the Liquid Wax is definitely failed. There's just maybe a hair hanging on, but we're going to go ahead and call that failed. Turtle Wax Seal and Shine, getting weak, but still hanging in there. Again, 7 months. These were sort of expected to last around 6 months, so I would call that working as advertised. Turtle Wax Ceramic, it's also weak. And then Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Wax, the dry and the wet. That's the surprise for me. Both failed, and 303 looks like they're both kind of hanging in there this time. What do you think? I don't know. I think last month we called it failed at the 6-month mark. Sprayway had failed. CQuartz UK 3.0 and SIC, each by themselves, looks like they're doing all right. SIC actually looks even more hydrophobic than CQuartz 3.0, but both are doing just fine. Still repelling water at the 7-month mark. CQuartz Light comes in quite a large bottle. I think 100 mil, 150 mil, something like that. It's doing good. And of course, Fuso. So I'm jumping back up there to Flex Wax and Max Wax. Just to make sure. Yeah, Flex Wax is weak. Liquid Wax failed. So Soft 99 Fuso. There it is. Still incredibly hydrophobic. You guys have heard me talk about that one before. That's pretty impressive that it can be that hydrophobic. Fuso is probably more of a finicky product to apply. It applies and removes more like a traditional wax, like a traditional carnauba wax. So you got to use some effort to do it, but it obviously has good results. BCC ceramic coating, still doing all right. Jumping over to Avalon King and the other Chinese coatings over here. And that's HK Tianmei, not JK. So Avalon King, HK, Wurixin, and Nano Age / Nano Bond. All 4 of those look like they're hanging in there. Nano Age and Wurixin look a little bit more hydrophobic than the HK Tianmei, and Avalon King looks like it's doing great as well. Jax Wax and Nano Age, you can see comparing them side by side. Nano Age, Nano Bond, that's just cheap Chinese coating you can get on Amazon or wherever else. It just keeps hanging in there. You've seen in my other test that it's held up 2+ years. Pretty impressive. The downside is it's not always consistent with the batches, so that's the risk you take. Jax Wax 9H, Lone Star Ceramic. So Jax Wax we're going to call weak, Lone Star Ceramic failed, and Addendum's graphene spray coating, it's weak but not failed, and the Addendum's graphene coating is doing all right. So are there any surprises this month? What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you're rooting for. I'm not really rooting for any particular one, but as you've heard me talk about, the one I'm surprised the most is Fuso. Fuso Soft 99, Fuso. Kenzo Graphene, starting to be pretty weak here at the 7-month mark. That is a professional-only, high-end product. Not to the point where we're going to call it weak, but it is showing some signs of weakness compared to some of these other store-bought products. So again, if you like this video, comment down below, hit the thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed. I do have an awesome spreadsheet that I will leave in the video description. So if you want to learn more about these products and their failure points and so on, it is there.